Osiris does have 4, so that's really nice. There is an absolute plethora of them, so there shouldn't be any shortage for any player. With Smoth is on a nice point here, and he has one really good scouting already, getting all the way up there. And he is Vietnamese, so he sees the TCs already. Sees the TCs. That's one big bonus of Vietnamese. It's good in 1v1s, it's good in 2v2, it's good in 3v3, it's good in 4v4, even better in 4v4. You know where all the TCs are, but it's good here as well. You know where to avoid. If you want to be a lamer, you can go and lame. It's a really fantastic bonus on Nomads where you have no idea where the TCs are. Great scouting so far. You can see he's starting to draw a shape really here on the mini-map. I'll not really say what that is. Guardianib. How many little sheeps does he have? Does have quite a few. Getting a nice wrap around of his base now. Expanding out. It is so... It's not a crazy distance from the wood line, but it is quite far, so... I wouldn't mind the TC. There's the TC here, it would have been beautiful. And it's actually a little bit closer towards the wood line as well, but not far. That'd be a couple closer tiles. I think with Smoth it's quite a bit closer. Yeah, so it's nearly half the distance he's having to walk between the TC. These ones, that is quite far. That is quite far. And you can see Boost and John. I just went for the wood line here, and it saves all this walking towards the wood line, which does create quite a bit of idle time. And this one's going to saturate by that point. When you want to saturate, you're going to go towards the edge anyway, so not too much of a loss there. But still lots of idle time here, getting from here to there. John just going for the TC kill, does get it, no problem. Already 2 elephants in from with Smoth as well. Osiris just bringing in one, does have another one. Let's have a look at the scouting now. Looking good, not too shabby at all. Score, Beast of Gods, 0-0. We're just getting started. Just getting started. Thanks for the follow as well, appreciate it. First game, 0-0. And it looks like Osiris going to wood a lot later than everybody else. Only just getting to wood now. Maybe thinking about getting a nice quick uptime. I guess we'll soon find out. Everybody has been in wood for quite a time. There's quite a difference between all of the builds here. We got 5 on wood for Jardinip. Only 3 on wood for John. Smoth had 2 on wood, but he's only sent 2 more, and Osiris only just went to wood in the last minute or so. So the builds in the start is all completely different from each and every player. Quite interesting to see. That's something you would typically see, right? A kind of variety between everything. Bringing in the next one now, let's have a quick scan of all the res for players. So Smoth. Looks like he's pretty close to clicking up to Feudal Age. He could actually just delete a Velt and go up if he really wanted to. John? Not that close at all actually. Kind of struggling for food at the moment. But I guess we'll see on that one. And for Jardinip, not really close either. And looks like it should be a pretty good uptime from a Smoth. 17, like 18 pops, pretty standard if you want to go for a fast feudal play. If you're this close to your opponent, why wouldn't you go fast feudal? And top of the gold, get some archers out with your strengths. But John is going to take one more for this one. Looks like he will click up, but a Smoth is on the way. He has Berbers, he would be expecting some scouts, but he will have a free boom over here, and the same thing as going for Osiris will have a completely free boom on the map. These 2 players might bicker with each other, and it's going to come down potentially to these 2 players to support. Supporting player is going to be very important here. But John is up, Smoth is up. It will take time to get scouts over. Not like it's that close on the map, right? Not as quick as archers can defend, if that's what Smoth is going to go for. See. We will see. Osiris isn't on the way up yet. Just click, so a little bit behind everybody else. Zam, thanks for the follow as well, appreciate it. It's on gold already, so we'll be interested to see what we're going to see from Celts here. Celts for me is a little bit of an interesting one here, because mobility seems to be super important in African clearing. Like, the map is so big. Seen the mini map here. So what do Celts actually go for? Typically, they're pretty good defensively. They also have great siege to come forwards, but it's a map where you can't do... Well, it's difficult to wall, you can wall, but if you're playing on the back foot, it can be a nightmare. Celts would be a good one, but just what can they offer on the offensive side? How are they going to win the game? Like, that's the bit I don't get. And it's difficult now because Cyrus is way up here, away from everybody else. Okay, with Smoth, Blacksmith, Archer's going to be coming on the way pretty damn soon, so that's nice. He is right next to Purple, so fantastic, and going for double range. Let's have the Blacksmith up already. We'll have the food pretty soon to get fletching. Do we have double range? Okay, range and Blacksmith from Jardine as well, so yeah, we have double range advantage, but mine archers do cost less, so that's a nice bonus over a length of time. I wonder if Jardin's going to get another range up here. We'll see. Do we have stable out? Yes, we do. It is out. How many archers are on the field? We do have a spear out as well, which is nice. Okay, just a couple. Okay, we are going to see stable from Celts. Are going to see stable. And Blacksmith. Cyrus is going to click up here. I think he's just going to try an FC. That would explain the uptime a little bit later. But 2 more villagers in the queue. Is housed. That is not good. Maybe even just consider deleting a villager and trying to get up. Drop off all that food. Not going to be far off. Yeah, just delete the vill. Delete the vill. Drop off the food. Oh, 798. Boom. Up to Castle Age. Nice. Celt Knights, obviously not something they're known for. But they must feel confident in their position. Wismov can defend. And it is only one range. There is only one range. And it's double range reduction from Wismov, so you can expect good numbers. Also has a spear out, which will help with the scouts. These villagers are a little bit exposed though. The archers do have more HP in comparison to Mayans. 6 more HP. And Elizabeth. Wismov was really quite fortunate to get away with no Vel losses here. How's the res looking for John? Not in gold yet. Got a shit ton of wood. I think he's just going to sell resources to get up to Castle Age now. And another range is out from Jardine. Let's just camp the hill. Could get a villager. Do we have collection? Yep. Because one of the things about African clearing, the TC is here, so can be very effective at defending. And he's done a really good job of actually walling everything out of his wood line, so his wood line's completely safe. Nice little circle around it. It's not going to be in range of the archers. 9 versus 5 though. Do we have fletching in these guys? Yes. 4 HP and there should be more on the way from Wismov, so that looks good. Did get housed for a couple of seconds. How's the eco looking for Osiris? I'm only going to do 1 stable. Wouldn't mind them dropping an orange. Going to drop a TC though. Going to be straight over to the Knights. Didn't see any upgrades coming in. +1 is only just coming in, but that's all good. Army's a little bit isolated right now. Get some good hits on the scouts. We'll be able to get more hits on the archers. And John is on the way to Castle. So on the way to Castle Age. Okay, so how are we looking for res for both our guys here? Wismov, not anywhere close. Jardine is pretty damn close to getting up though. A little bit of an issue, don't have a lot of food access for Wismov right now. Right, look how many farms he's had to drop. And I hope he got horse collar. Oh, can I check it there now? Oh, that's really nice. That is really nice. So he's not got horse collar yet. Does have the first upgrade, of course, on the wood. Nice. The Vietnamese upgrades only cost, which is fantastic. And another range coming up. Fucking Mayans, man. Fucking Mayans. Like, what power unit do Celts boom into here? I don't know. I really don't know what power unit they're going to boom into. Moff's going to have to do a great job of defending here. Elizavino, who are playing? We have YesMad and ZGUEG. Second seed versus 10th seed. Welcome in. Okay, John's up. Be 40% of the way now to go for Chardy Noob. 15 archers here. There's not been a whole lot of damage done. The villager count is pretty consistent across all players. Well, John is a little bit behind. He did just have some idle time to get up to Castle Edge, but straight on to camels. Gonna add the second TC in the back. It's getting some kills. Where are the Celt Knights? Okay, they're over here. Let's get the quick walls up. Fantastic. We won't find a whole lot of damage. Needs to get the villagers out back working here though, and working there. The archers should just be at home defending. Where did they go? Okay, they're hiding here. What are we gonna see from Guardian Noob? Is he on stone? Is not. We're just gonna see upgrades and gonna add a TC down to the bottom. Thank you, Clifford. I didn't realise that was off. My bad. When you cycle through it turns them off. So I turned on the global queue and then it turns it off. This is what happens when you don't use the in-game spec for a while. The in-game spectating makes your work a lot harder in comparison to Capture Age. They're gonna lose a lot of army now with Moff's only just up. This had to invest in +1 defense as well, and it's triple range Mayans. Good luck. We'd just like to see a siege workshop come up on this hill. Scouts coming in at the other end, gonna lose absolutely everything. Meanwhile, Cyrus is getting a little bit of a boom going. No, he's only in 34 vills. Only in 34, so he's actually behind Jardinub in terms of vill numbers. Not good. And a big lead into Castle. Eco was idle a little bit. Yeah, I'm scratching my head at the Celts. I really am scratching my head at Celts. Can somebody... What does anybody else think? What would be the play for Celts here? There's got to be, if you want to go for cavalry, there's got to be a better stuff to do this. Why not just, you know, off the top of my head, why would Khmer not be better? Up times, don't have to build buildings, you can always hide the villagers in the houses when they go to the pawns. And cavalry line is absolutely fine with Khmer. I don't know. And with Smoth's totally boxed in now. He's totally boxed in. He does have a few ranges up. The camels, the knights can't come over. The camels are here. We have a shit ton of expos. I think what we need is a siege workshop. Siege workshop is on hill. Defensive siege coming in from Smoth as well. And it's almost like we're really caught in a tough situation, not knowing what to use. I'd love to hear a little bit more about the Celts pick. A big army mass now. Mangonel is out as well with Cyrus. Only just coming over. Doesn't have a lot of expos, 4 skirms, so there's only 8 in there. Do we have Bodkin? Yep. Camels already have +2, so they will tank quite a bit of damage. So the Knights are just going to struggle. And John already has bloodlines. Celts do not get bloodlines. Mangonel coming over. Another TC coming in from Osiris. How are we looking like for John? 2 TCs up in the meantime, so a little bit of a mixed approach in the meantime. And the camels were isolated there. Need lots of more archers to come in. Smurf's even repairing the TC. Only has 1 on gold. His gold's about to run out. That's his gold there. Needs to expand. He's on stone here. I think you need army numbers, but oh good. This could be game. This could be game. Right. I'm not too sure why it wasn't fighting there. Only +1 defense in. I think they would have cleared that. They would have took some losses, but it would have got cleared. The army is a little bit isolated now though, but why fight now when you're isolated and it comes over? Strange. I think they had the chance to clear that. Went back to attacking the TC now. Gives a chance for Wismoth to get some more villagers onto gold. Then a TC up at the top here. Osiris is getting a bit of a boom going now. Let's check the villager numbers. 58, 56, so he has got a village. Once you get Celt's Eagle rolling, it's super smooth. The wood just absolutely flows in. Wonder how much he's floating. How much wood is he floating? Not a whole lot. He's only got 12 on there. Don't need a lot. Celts. Having to get some serious quick balls up. Try and, yep. Cut off the tumour. Cut your losses. There was a few villagers there. I think the army for John does get cleared up, but Wismoth's under serious pressure right now. Serious pressure. Going up against Mayans in a situation 1v1 is bad enough, and then you're throwing in Berbers, which are, you know, going to do a great job against Celt Knights. Lovely choke point there for John. Mangonel is out. Could do with a good exchange. TC's gonna go down. I think so. And once the TC goes down, they're just gonna flow in now. They're just gonna flow in. Looking really bad for Yes Mad at this moment. He's slow expos. Getting up there with a mango. And he's just going for the evacuation. We do have villagers up here already. Villager count down to 24. We do have 72 villagers now. You can sling. You can sling. So that maybe could be something that could go on here. But the army's just going to come up here now. And Osiris is going to need serious numbers. Serious numbers. Do we have a transition to Imp coming at any point soon? Nope. Full on the military. Does have quite a lot of wood floating. And whoa, that is a lot of gold. Need some more on wood. Get some more on wood. Pop out some ranges. Click on the mine archers, which are crazy cheap, of course. Gonna be difficult to defend this area. Hikes and scarps. Yeah. Maybe if there was a massive meat shield in front of it. But that's going to be difficult. That's going to be a good few hits though. Going to be a good few hits. So John's just flaring. Micro here is going to be very important. But there's quite a bit of damage they got took, but there still is the best part of 40 archers. 16 knights. Only 22 army there for Osiris. Smog's pretty much been wiped off. Guardian is just so much res right now. The game feels pretty over. They just need to... They just advance in this army together, they're good. They have the numbers just to totally overwhelm us. They're going to go with the Mangonel though, try and get a good shot. They don't want to do anything stupid. 48 archers, 18 knights. Taking a little bit of damage off the scarps. Gotta bring the archers forward. Just squeeze them in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Mangonel looking for a big shot. Doesn't hit at all. Could lose it. Delete. That's very good. I'm just gonna dive now. Just gonna dive. I could just move away with the knights. Let them engage and move. Could pick up with everything. The mangonel's gonna go. Doesn't get another one. And archers here. Looks and feels like the game is over. Knights in at the top now. Forward castle, which didn't even see. Gonna take the gold. They call GG. Call GG. They're gonna be 1-0 to ZGUEG. Second seeds playing the 10 seeds. So now have now have a whole map of Nomad or Water Nomad. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Big KDs, 89 to 26, 67 to 37. With Smoth was just in a real tough spot. And then FC into Celt Knights. I don't know, it feels bad. Feels bad. Okay, 1-0. Maybe I'll try Capture Age for a game. If it doesn't work, we can always switch back. They're gonna go to Nomad. They're gonna go to Nomad. Someone else noticed that it was meant to be best of 5 for this round. Another team only played the best of 3, which was quite silly of them. But let's hop out to the draft. We had Berbers victory, Mayans victory, and dropping down to Vietnamese and Celt. So it's quite far down the pecking order. It's really not too close. I'm up towards the top at all, and it's 2 weak civs against 2 top civs. Like, really no hard feelings done there. Like, second pick and fourth pick against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 versus 11. So you would expect for John and Jardinoob to win that one. You really would. I think we'll give Capture Age a go. Just open the window a bit more. Let the cold air run through. And it is going to be Nomad. What are we going to see in terms of civs? What did I have down? Italians lifts, maybe? Had Berbers for the other guys. What are they thinking for Nomad then? Malians, I would say for sure. Who are they gonna pair with Malians? Japanese or Saracens? I don't understand where they're gonna use Tatars as well. Maybe Japanese or Saracens would be my initial guess. And maybe Tatars and Land Nomad. His mines are gone. Yeah. I can see that. And then who knows? I don't even know. I think I can theorize about that anymore. That's that first game is throwing a spanner into the works. Don't know if the guys were really expecting those civs either. I'll show you guys what I'm seeing at the same time. It's not too exciting. Searching for games. Look at all these random people. Just have a quick double check on ongoing matches, see if it's there. No, I don't think so yet. I haven't started yet. Hang on. I fucking hate. I honestly hate this. The end game so much. It's bizarre. Okay, so I did. I was right with this one this time. So we do have Malians and we've got Saracens. I said Saracens or Japanese. I did think. Did I say was the Japanese that I said? No, it was Saracens, right? Yeah, I said Saracens. Malian Saracens. So that's what we do have. So we would be expecting maybe some galleys out from the Saracen players. Saracens is purple up towards the north, and we do have John putting the TC all the way down to the bottom here. Okay, I don't need a little video of me up, do I, for casting? And on the flip side, we have Persians and Spanish. Okay, I was thinking Spanish. Spanish are OP as hell, and Persians are always good. I wonder where that leaves them for Water Nomad. There'll be Portuguese and Byzantines there then, I would assume. They could use Italians there as well, I suppose. But they do have 3 good water civs. If anything, they took away good water civs from the opponents. So we have John all the way in the south. His TC looks terrible, but you know what? It's on a boar, it's on berries, it's on deer. It's not terrible. Long term, you can actually go out the way and he's not near anywhere else whatsoever. Osiris does go for the TC in the middle, is on some deer himself, and does have a boar quite close. Masmoth, not too far away, out towards the left, on top of a hill here, which is quite interesting. Did get Spanish, and he's got Stolen, nice close, which is good for him. Well, we want to go for Conks, no doubt. Yardinib, he's just on wood. You know, there is other shit around. Boar, deer, boar. Boar just out towards the edge, another boar. This one's going to be close to Osiris, should be maybe thinking about going on the inside. They actually have a nice little wood line separating the players, which is quite funny. And John's saying, I've got a boar here. You're on the other edge of the map, mate. Other edge of the map. Good time to check the scouting. So what do players have? Okay, John has 1 sheep, sees where... Well, that's actually his teammate. So when he sees where his teammate's TC is, alright. What is Jardinib see? He has got 1, 2, 3. Sheep's just going around his TC in the meantime. Would be expecting him to then do the shoreline soon to try and find the enemy docks. Barless Moth. Has one sheep. Only one sheep. And going for the fish up there. I think the early food's super important, so maybe just didn't notice that one. What about odd? I don't know. We do have the sheep moving around. It does have a nice. Oh. Jeez. We do see quite a bit of res next to them, so that's good. Stone, berries, that's really nice that the berries are right next to some deer as well. Does have some food available. What's it like for Osiris? Does have some good scouting already. That's a house. That's a 1, 2 sheeps. Did get a house there just for a second. Is he building one at least? Please tell me he's building one. Yep, it will be ice for a few seconds. Doubly bad at this point because you get production stopped in the dock, you get the production stopped in the house. He has got some deer on top of here, and he's starting to see gold stolen, another boar, more stolen. Should be alright, and they are together, right? So they're not too far away from each other, so quite a bit better to defend, should I say. You've got a little bit of an advantage. The only downside is they're in between two players. They are close together, so they can defend. We've got the nice wood line separating him and purple, but they're also in between blue and purple, so purple can attack this way. The focus and attention could be to that direction, and then John can just come up behind and fuck him in the ass, pretty much. Which would not be good. They could just come up and fuck him in the ass. Nice TC kill coming in from Rick. In terms of docks, man, all 3 of the players in the north, Osiris, should have a pretty safe fish boom going on. And I wonder if he's gonna get discovered down here. I wonder if Jardinub and John are gonna double this mob, because if he loses his fish, it's going to be really hard to defend 2 versus 1. But again, kind of similar to how we are on land. We've got blue and purple, red and teal team together. It's almost the exact opposite in water. So we have purple and blue, safe in the middle, kind of a defender's advantage, but they're also sandwiched by the opposing players. So it's kind of roles reversed. We got this situation on land, and it's almost mirrored on water, which is quite weird. But John is on the way up super early. How many pop did he do? How many pop? He was right on top of a boar, and he had deer there as well, so should have it. 17 vills he clicked up on. 17 villagers. And 5 fish and chips. Nice uptime. Nice uptime. Osiris, not quite on the way up yet. Has made the second dock already. Does have the food. Looks like an FC to me. Looks like a fast castle. Who's going to be playing for water? How does the scouting look like for John now? What does he see? Okay, he actually doesn't know where the water is. Out on the water. Does Jardinub? Okay, Jardinub doesn't really either, but I don't think he lost anything there. No, I don't think he did, so I don't know. I don't think either player knows where the docks are. So I think if you're John, probably send one fire out one direction and then one the other. But he's just sending them both out to the middle. I think you hedge your bets, send them one direction and then send the other one the other. But everyone else is up to feudal. Not a whole difference in terms of uptypes. Everything looks pretty normal there. A Smoth on stone already, on gold, so he's getting prepped for conquistadors. Should have the eco to do that, no problem. Yes, and will have the stone when he gets there, but he's probably got too many on stone too early. I don't think you need that many on stone so early, but could be wrong in that. That's the beauty of Nomad. There's many ways to get a castle. You can go on nice and early, like he did, and you'll get enough just by the time you click there, or you can just bungalow it when you click up to Castle Age, stick a shit ton on stone, and get up. And then just hope you got enough by the time you get there. Cyrus isn't out yet. He's invested in 2 docks, so it's going to be really important. Did we have a villager fight here? I'd have missed that. I'd have missed that. We have double docks now. Producing anything. I think Osiris is just going to try an FC. I think they're both just going to fast castle. They're not going to play for water. Giving up the water. By the looks of things. Bismuth, still untouched. I think try and click up, and then try and get some fires out. Just to delay a little bit more. It's easy to mess with the Persian docks. Very easy. Just hide them if you can. Gonna be up. Yep, Bismuth. Don't have the building. The buildings, man. The buildings. And it could be really rough. Castle in the face. Knights coming in at the other end. This could be really rough. I don't want to see Osiris dropping the TCs. I just want him to see go full aggression. Eliminate 1 player from the game. Have 2 players eliminate 1 player, then go after the other one. I think be a good approach here. Hello, Stealth. Hello, hello. And just make a good effort of just killing 1 player, get them out of the game, and then switch your focus to the next player. Beastcaster? Appreciate it. Thank you. What are we thinking for castle placement? Well, how much? Well, Smurf's already got the outpost out, so you should see a good bit. I don't know if he went for Town Watch. I don't mind going for early Town Watch. Have a look in the Fog of War. I don't think so. Does see the barracks here, so I wonder where he's going to go for the castle. I would love it just here. And would deny the barracks, of course, and would actually end up denying the range as well. Okay, Market's only just coming up from Cyrus. I wonder what he's wanting. A little bit unbalanced in the meantime, but out tonight's already. Does he know? They don't actually know where the players are. Okay, he knows where blue is, so I wonder if he's going to go to blue. Well, he does know because they're teammates. What am I fucking thinking? But Archer's out. Oh dear. Okay, these are Spanish vills, so they do get the castle up nice and fast. He needs the knights over. It has quite a long path in to get round there. Could lose some vills. They got +2. Crossbow's about to come in. I think he's going to be... good. Microwave the weak ones. Microwave the weak one. Castle's going to go... up. But not totally easy, right? Notice the beast moment. Yeah, totally right. Unclear hit. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Conks are going to be in the way. It's quite a bit in terms of res in the bank. The only issue is stone's a bit exposed. Wouldn't mind to see a tower coming up here. Even the TC in front. TC in front. I suppose that still protects these. It should protect these couple of tiles, which is fine. But I would prefer it that way. But then it may be a little bit more exposed for Siege Workshop coming up and then getting fucked that way. What's John doing? John's still in Feudal Age. That's to be expected when you're oh boy, that's considering both players. That's way too many fires to get 1 player off of water. I know you're Malians and you save wood, but that's way too many. And look, totally unprotected at home. This is when you make an over-investment in water, other player FCs, you put yourself in a real dangerous situation where you're really quite weak. All we need Osiris is to just get a knight in front. Maybe you can consider going for forging here to get the extra attack, which would be fantastic. Punks are here as well, so looks like they're going to team John. And they don't need a lot to team John, so I don't think they need to send reinforcements in. Oh, just leave those 2. Just leave those 2. Oh, fuck. They're gonna get double stable up now. He has found the fish. The long term, that's not good for Osmoth, but he's got farms out already and on the berries here as well, so that's fantastic. Gonna not gonna deny that. Delete a farm and douche. It's quite a shame actually that it's very close to being in douching range, which would not be a good idea against persons. Like, just get your villagers in there. I think we one conch or two conchs would have made such a big difference there. And like that would have been fantastic value. That would have been multiple dead villagers, but no longer at the moment. And expos do pretty well against conchs, especially after ballistics, which is going to be the next thing for Jardinip. Ballistic expos in big numbers, especially these kind of numbers, are going to do a fantastic job. Send the Conquistador over. Okay, two conchs. Yes, good. 3 conchs coming over. There is a few camels out. Only +1 defense in the meantime. And Siege Workshop coming up. I mean, it's not that much more expensive to get a TC. Obviously, you'd have to garrison the villagers and whatnot. But yeah, this is quite a base. Creeping up from John Boy over here. Just garrison the villagers. Your TC's going to last for days, but just get the villagers working. 3 TCs. Not getting a whole lot of value right now. Not getting a whole lot of value. After that head start to Castle Age. Which is, it's worrying. It is worrying. Looks like Osmoth is just adding eco in the meantime. One for the stable, so we'll want to get these upgrades for the Conquistadors, Bloodlines, and Husbandry. Already got the armor class already, so they got 4 pierce armor, which is quite a decent amount. I'm going against the Expos. Expos just being annoying. We've got a couple of Scorps out, which is nice, which do very good damage in these little choke points. Doesn't want to lose them going into the TC. Would like to see a Mangonel as well. I would like to see a Mango. Mango's coming out, fantastic. Could be Distribute, because that is ballistics. Should get very good damage. I don't know if it's an equal trade though. What about 7 knights are going to go down? Great trade. Really well done by Osiris. Takes out all the expos. That's fantastic. Looked a little bit rough there for a few seconds, not going to lie. I think if the expos targeted the scorpions, fine. Oh, that's a hole. Sorry, it's not a hole, is what I meant to say. That was a bad area to go in. That was a very bad area to go in. I almost didn't notice that. This piece of this tree is just as much wood as that one. Doesn't really make much sense, does it? When Osiris gets that nice trade, adds eco after it in reaction. Adds eco after it. I like it. How's things looking for John? How many's in here? He does have a few, so he does have very decent military numbers at the moment. I just don't want to see Osmoth and Osiris fall under this kind of trap where Jardinip the nuisance for both players, and then John just comes and steamrolls the game. And that would be a bad trap to fall into. But this could be fantastic value. Okay, doesn't see those ones moving, but should get multiple kills here. Also distract him with the Conquistadors. Might notice in game sometimes you don't get multiple attack sounds because there's a cooldown. So if you get attacked here, you might not get the attack notification if you get attacked over here. You might not notice it. Actually quite a pro thing to do. Because there's a cooldown on it. Okay, 9 conchs. They get insane damage. There is a monk out already. I love the monk edition. It's always good against conchs. Heals up your army. You can always get a couple of hits and run away if you can. And always great for converting them. And try and get one. No. And I think adding monks for your own conchs is good, and you always try and get them healed back up at some point. Cyrus being a little bit sloppy right now. This whole eco is totally unprotected. John adding a TC up here as well now. Villager counts 57 and 63 versus 68 and 58. So there's not a whole lot in the game. Military numbers are quite a bit less for Wismoth and Osiris. I don't know if I like the free TC approach. I like to see more in terms of map control. Maybe with castles and military. But, you know, it's difficult when I'm giving up water. It is difficult when giving up water. Needs a good shot from the mango. That is a great shot. One more shot would be fantastic. Doesn't get it. Hogs need to micro backwards. That last mangonel shot fell a little bit short. Quite a good choke point from the Kongs now. He's going to try and force up a castle. Please don't... Oh, there's already expos there. I'm going to say, please don't be a mangonel there, but he's already got the expos there, and he's having to bail on it. Having to bail. Camel's coming in from the orange. Expos coming in. And this is what I was kind of talking about, adding too much eco. Not going for the map control a little bit earlier. Map control is super important. Had to bail on it. How much stone? Doesn't even have enough for another castle now. Lost too much. It's been a little bit of a tale of not finding enough value. Not looking so good now. Purple's been annoying. Archers are fantastic in this situation. You can just go from player to player and be a nuisance. You have another castle up here now, so it's going to be difficult, but could just delete a house and go around this way and find some villagers. Doesn't need to send a lot. Just a few. And John's just finding value where he can. We do have the castle up on the hill now. The other thing is for these guys, Osiris and Wismoth, it's like impossible to wall. You're stuck in between two players, you're getting attacked from both angles. A real difficult situation, and John's just got this free boom down here, but the Kongs are coming over, which is nice. Wismoth needs to find a lot of value right now. Needs to find a lot of value. He is getting some. He is getting some. He's actually got a really strong boom behind us. Up to 4 TCs now. I'm coming in from Jardin now. These expos do ETCs, remember. It's gonna take a lot longer than a Persian TC, but they do pretty good damage. He's going down. It is going down pretty fast. He's up to Imperial Age, so he's going to be going straight up. And getting ARP, and he will be getting Bracer. Saracen ARPs can be deadly. Even against Persian TCs, they'll be able to take them out. In not bad time. And Osiris just having to relocate. I think we need Wismoth to get up pretty soon. Should we consider slinging some res at this point? Do we want to get Wismoth up? Jardinoob's score? Actually not too impressive. I would just love a conk. 1 or 2. Just 1 or 2 in these wood lines, just to be annoying. Cyrus is under quite a bit of pressure. Does have 2 TCs underneath this castle, which is nice. And using this TC to secure this gold and a little bit of wood as well. He is up. Okay, so we're just probably going to be going for elite conks. Did we sling some res? Do we have enough for another castle from Wismoth? Wonder if we'll be seeing it. No, I don't think he did sling. And the Kongs are getting fantastic value. Oh my god, talking about value, that's exactly what he needed. Villager numbers for John down to 66. He's finding these other ones. Camel's coming over. Is John anywhere close to clicking up? No, not at all. And he just almost senses the camels coming from that direction and runs. Starting to look a lot better for the guys now. Dealing with the ARPs might be difficult. The one thing is, Spanish do get full. The blacksmith is totally full upgrades, so they could go for some skirms if they wanted. And it doesn't cost any gold either, so it only costs food. And the food eco is pretty damn good for Wismoth. Lots of farms. Lots of farms. But he is going to go for... Looks like he's going to go for Hussar. Looks like he's gonna go for Hussar. That could be a few really bad hits. This death ball. Need to deal with this death ball. He lost his imp TC. He was ahead. He lost his imp TC. I don't know which one it was. Must have been either this one or this one. It's gone. That could be crucial. Osmoth's up. Going for elite. Going straight to Trebs. Doesn't quite have the gold for elite. Has nearly enough for 2 castles in the bank. Could really do with a castle here. Even a castle here would be fantastic. Jardy is coming forward, so I would delete the farms now. I would just delete the farms. Jardino's up now. Racer, ARP on the way. Chemistry, I'm sure will be not too long either. Would be expecting +4 coming in for the Bonks as well, but going for Knights. Doesn't have a lot of gold. House now. Where's the gold at? Where's the gold at? Moving up here, okay. Only +1, right? I'd like to see +4 for the conks. Cyrus just needs to do something to get back into the game. John did take a lot of damage as well though. Osmoth needs to do a real hard carry now though. Good thing is they can at least come in and snipe the Trebs. The Trebs do come forwards. Need some castles. Castles. He's spending a stone. Am I missing something, guys? Did he sell the stone? I think he maybe sold it. I guess in this situation it makes sense. You just want to get the numbers and start snowballing. Where is the rally point for the Cavalier? Nowhere yet. Starting to mash, just trying to get upgrades. Honks. Being a nuisance. This is what conquistadors are good at. The Arbs are having to chase. The Arbs chasing conks is never an ideal situation. Would love to see a castle on this hill here. That would be fantastic. Here come the Trebs. Do we have +2 defense? The +2 defense could be enough just to come in and snipe them. Arbs can't react to that. Could get 2 Trebs for free here. Where are the conks? Okay, running all the way back down now. Fantastic. Needs to be careful. Arbs could come in and find a lot of damage. So saying need another castle somewhere. And got a Treb for free. Doesn't want to lose the... There's the conks. Starting to look a whole lot better now. What's the villager count for Osiris? 81, so he's way ahead of Jardinov in terms of villagers. I think if they get a good push on Jardinov here, he is going to be in big time trouble. But it's still a death ball. That is a death ball. You've just got to be careful. John doesn't come up and fuck him in the ass, as I said. He is up to Imperial Age. And that's what the Smoth's doing. He's going over. Let's just see if he can handle the situation here. You've got to pull back. Where's the Cavalier? Where are the Cavalier? They're here. Do we have +4? Don't have +4 just yet. Don't want to lose too many traps. Mangonels aren't going to do a whole lot. Deciding to dive on this one. Maybe just trying to distract. Goes to the hill. Delete. Delete. Conks. Okay, denying the stables. Really nice. Need more numbers. Paladin. Paladin incoming. And provided they keep John out this game, Paladin is going to be way more than enough to finish this game off. +4 would be nice as well though. Got so much wood. Just grab them. Wherever they are. Grab these. Bam, 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 bam. Drop farms. But it's starting to look kind of over. As soon as Paladin comes in, we have +4. These guys should eat this up. And Osiris is up as well. Yeah, he's up. Have another castle up, just securing this area. We're still on stone. Only got a couple. We are getting a push in, that's nice. Conks, man. Cyrus is up. What's he going for? Going for Trebs. Love it. Paladin, wait for +4, please. Wait for +4. Wait for +4. Wait for Paladin. Okay, Paladin's in. Think. Waiting for the upgrades. One Paladin here could do a lot of damage. Cyrus is going for Trebs himself. You can just look at the difference when they have +4. It's so much, and they're doing the business. That army's gone. And that could be the killing blow. That could be the killing blow. Looking really good now. Score really starting to flip. Camels coming from Osiris as well. So camel versus camel down in the bottom. Even if they went for the Malian longswords, whatever they are. Conquistadors always going to be in the arsenal for Spanish as well. So not going to do much there. Mimolek's the only hope. You need a serious equal for Mimolek. So 0 on gold. Looks over. Feeling pretty over. 76 fills. They still have something. 92. So I think Smoth needs to do a good enough job of keeping Osiris in the game. He doesn't have to do it all himself. Gardenube looks in a real tough spot. 27 idle villagers. Spamming up ranges now. Doesn't have anything in gold. His eco's in shambles. Cyrus actually has a pretty decent eco, doesn't have a whole lot in gold, going to more now. Just needs the production. Where's the military? Honestly, just send in a few paladins, but it feels GG. I don't see the game going on for much too longer, and I like the approach. Both players, okay, we are sending some res now, fantastic. We are going to see a castle. We're going to see a castle? Oh. Punk's going to do the job there though. They both want FC, didn't really decide to fight for water at all. John totally overinvested, that's still the same feudal army he had from earlier. And was super late up to Castle Age. I think they could have had a slightly better approach in terms of maybe more aggression on land in the Castle Age, but Smoth had a serious boom behind it, really good boom behind it. Not enough army to counter Smoth, Paladin, Conch Mass. Yeah, there's just, well, even if they had a mass, it's still a very hard army to counter anyway. Like Paladin and Conchs, and sorry, elite Conchs. That's very difficult. They're still fighting on. Can we do have Farimba? Farimba's in. I think we maybe need to see helps from Osiris if he can do it. He does have a lot of, well, doesn't have a lot on wood. I think it's 71 villagers, 24 on gold now, so he'd have to kind of change things up. Conch's going to find a lot of damage on. Oh, that's going to be a lot of dead villagers. Got 116 somehow. Does he have a lot of fish somewhere? Okay, he does have quite a bit. Camels are probably going to have to react to this though, no? Deciding not to. Some camels for Osiris. Doesn't have Hemi Camel just yet, so they're not going to trade too good against the Farimba camels from Malians, but Conchs are going to do serious damage. Maybe you can pull them back now though. We need to get rid of this camel mass. Only a few Conchs up here, so not ideal. Someone needs to go helps. Okay, helps will be coming in. Good. Good, good, good. Cyrus looks in good enough shape to be able to go for them. Can go for the upgrade as well. I think needs to put more on wood though, that's the only thing. Can Smoth sling him some wood? He could sling him some wood, just give him the wood. Can always 2 trebs though. They're gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be gone. Gonna be gone. Boom! Castle goes down. One more castle from John in the meantime. Up here in this northeast. The guy's just kind of emigrated up to the north. Big Conch Mass. He's taking a stone right underneath their nose. Right underneath their nose. That's a few more dead vills. We got down to 94 now. Smoth has lost some as well. Did get pushed off of that gold. Conch's having to micro back. You can take your eyes off these and they could all be gone off Farimba camels. Looks like he's going for helps of his own. I love the approach. And I think they're still going to be fine. Still playing on. Like I said, take your eye off them, they'll be gone. Take your eyes off your helps, you're not really caring. You don't want to lose a big mass. Yep. Get micro in, micro. Bring the camels. Remember camels, man. Still got a lot of them. If you look at this map, could you imagine that John has he has a villager lead, 104 vills. What is he saying here? Mixing a lot of eco, should see that helps right now. +4, +2 defense, so that's pretty good. Only just getting heavy plow. Seems to be quite a fast player, can say that at least. And it seems like we have a little bit of a lull. We just have the impending doom of Albs that will come in. I like this castle. Protects that gold, also will protect that gold to a certain degree, provided he service does have fletching and whatnot. Is Jardinib coming back into the game? Does have a few more arbs out. Paladins should clear them up though. Just need to get the help number rolling, and there's only 3 of these barracks are up actually. 3 of these barracks are up. How does tiebreakers work for group stage? Not for this bracket. Tiebreakers, it should be set wins and then game wins if I remember, but that's only for bottom and for your one as well. Aqua, which is the 1750 to 2k. Pretty sure it's match wins and game wins. I need to double check on that though. Okay, nice sort of number of helps now. I have a lot of breads available. I wouldn't mind some stone walls coming up at this point. Just to secure part of the base. Trade, not really going to be viable. Well, market could be viable here. And big death ball coming in over here. Big death ball coming over. Only 1 trev though. Not a lot of supporting. Siege behind it. Score switch. Score switch. Game looked over. Going water can do water trade. Yeah, it's quite fragile, that's the only thing. There's not a lot to defend it. You can quite easily get back onto water and then get rid of it. Whereas it can be a lot harder on water and land, sorry, if there's castles and things up. Quite easy to put stone walls and stuff out. And water's a bit hard, and it's also not as efficient actually. And pop, you don't get as good. A Smoth only 110 pop, yeah, it's dropping. Yeah, it's got more than that. It's 123, but villager numbers are going down to 97, and John and Jardinib's numbers have just went up. Feels like the guys had the game. I don't know, did they take their foot off the gas a little bit? I don't know. We need to try and get a push going somewhere. Did Alps and Trebs do the job down against John here? I think so. I think Halves and some Siege should be able to do it. I don't know. He's going to be able to keep that castle up though. Treb versus Treb. Need to take the Treb out. Need to take the Treb out. How are we going up top? Camels. More castles coming down. Gold is going to be taken up. That castle is going to be a goner. A Smoth's running out of gold. Not a whole lot left. Great game, must say, great game. Good time to have an idle military. Find out where they are. Get them over here. Does he have any idle military? Does have a few paladins just hanging around. Camel, this massive camel and arb and 3 trebs is really difficult for Spanish to stop. Even if it was 1 player, But, you know, we got 2 players sending in reinforcements here, and John's also pushing back on Osiris here. It kinda looks like the game is just swung in the wrong direction. Swung in the wrong direction. We do have Farimba Lightcap coming in now. They're just going to raid the Vils. Pick them off one by one, very easily. He was cocooned? Yeah, and that's one of the issues of getting a TC in the middle of the map, isn't it? It's very difficult to expand. I don't like going for an eco approach if you're in the middle of the map. Ugh. Moving around, sorry. I don't like going for an eco approach because you're going to be under pressure most likely. You're in crossroads. I like to see military, and full military 1 TC if you can. Difficult when it got pushed off of water, yes. But maybe he should have considered that and fought a little bit for water, tried to get up to Castle Age, and then get the night numbers out. But I don't like going for free TCs instantly. Or go earlier for castles. But it feels like it should be potentially over. Do have a nice mass of skirms there. There's no camels to defend, so could lose all the arbs and the trebs actually. Cyrus, is he getting a push on? Does have some halbs, so if both player camels are here. Okay, that's not good. I feel like if the players could fight this 1v1, it would be alright. But as soon as one player starts to help the other one, in terms of John and Jordan, it's going to be really difficult. Especially when Teal and Red are so isolated from each other. Kind of, you know what I mean? Like, the production buildings are very isolated from each other. So hard to defend. Having to rush up. Doesn't even have houses. At least you're Spanish and get them up nice and fast. Has a lot of paladin in the queue, to be fair. Needs more helps. Can't even afford help. Wanna get pikemen. I was getting a push on John though. Alp Siege should be difficult for Malians to deal with, unless you start going for longswords, which I doubt. Jardinian's got back up to 135 villagers. It seemed like he was dead. Savage. Maybe Wismov should try the William Wallace campaign next. Oh, don't say that to him. Don't say that to him. I know what that's in reference to. Take the trebs. Take the trebs, man. The helps. They're gonna clear that up. Seems stupid, but they will. They got +4 defense as well. How's this going up here? They're gonna take out the trebs. Okay. Stabilizing. Stabilizing. But don't have a lot of map right now. Camels coming over. There is helps mixed in. Want to get back off on the hill. Paladins do back off. That's nice. How's the push going at the bottom? Castle is coming down. Nearly, well, over an hour into the game now. Like I said, this is going to be very difficult for just Malians to deal with unless we see a tech switch come in. But not yet. He's going for Lightcav now. John's down to Lightcav. He's got 4k gold in the bank. What is the need for that? Research Cavalier. What's he saving it for? A rainy day? The fuck? Okay, the Arb's gonna go all the way through. We could really do with a castle here. Does actually have the res to drop a castle. Castle there would be fantastic. Getting raided in the north. Not too nice at this point. This game. Going to be very tiring. We're still going to have to play one more at least after this one. Potentially, well, they want to play 3 more if they still want to win a set of Cyrus and Wismov. Having to run. How the Vel numbers looking? 93 to 58, so you can see Giardina back, he's up to 140 Vils. That's an absolute joke. Do we have trade on water? No. Which is a treb, just for free there, not good. Another castle coming up from Wismov, doesn't defend a whole lot, but will stop this kind of entrance point, but you know, it can just come through from another point. At this point in the game, would like to see it defending some stone or gold, but no. Does have quite a bit of idle military right now. It's good to have a select all idle military, just send them in. Send in the boys. Imagine those 15 skirms right here, right now, with 15 more of this paladin would be extremely good. And same thing for Osiris. Let's have some idle eco in the halves, and looks like both players just going for white caps, just to be annoying. We're testing each other's patience here. Testing each other's patience. Okay, +4, only just coming in for Jordan, so they're just sending in the light cap. It looks like it. Smoth needs... He needs an idle military button. If he doesn't have an idle military button, he's going to be in trouble, because that's 35 pop space not being utilised. Mass on skirms now. Might be full trash. I don't know if he got help. Okay, does see them now. I'd get the castle back up now. Needs to be really protective of the paladin numbers. Helps. Need to defend the paladins. Need to defend the paladins. What's going on up at the north? White cav coming in now. It's only skirms here to defend, so it's going to be difficult. Does have some barracks in the back. They will be able to spew out some pikemen. Even fire galleys get involved on the water side as well. With +4, so they will tank a little bit from the castle, but not too much. And yep, flaring the fire galleys. And it's who's going to tap out first? Who's going to tap out first? I think somebody's going to have to get defeated here. We are down to the villager differences starting to really show. With Smoth and Osiris got the same villagers as Jardanub, but in terms of military, Smoth still has 60 on the field. Extending this game as much as he can. Is that going to secure the gold there? Yes, still quite a bit there as well. About 1500 gold. And just sending in the light cav. Send them in, boys. Could be a game. Could be a wood game. Going by the way players are playing here right now. Takes a trip. With these skirms, very nice. Whew. I almost feel like I need a slight break from talking so fast, because this game is being very action-packed. Still no idea who's going to win at this point. I feel like Red Teal had it in the bag, now it feels like Purple. Yeah. Yes, man, definitely feel like they did have it in the bag, but they're being stubborn. They're being very stubborn, and I do like it. Oh my god, he got one hit on it. I think if maybe we just go for gates. I don't know. Like, is he gonna send more vills? Oh, he's gonna send more vills. I think quick gate surely, yeah. Just to make sure you definitely get the walls up around that. The vills are coming. Da, 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 da. Because that would be a rough one to get that castle up. It needs to notice, the light cab are all over the skirms, they're all going to die. Pop count's really dropping now, 68, 58. Feels like game's over. 250 vills versus 111. Cyrus, only in this little pocket here, doesn't even have any wood left. They call GG. Oh, GG. What a game. What a game. Wow. That was not gonna lie, guys, that was even a tough one to cast on as well. That was insane. We had Malians win that one with Saracens. Top 2 picks were yes, Matt. Persians and Spanish down the drain. So, wow. Impressive game. Gonna be Water Nomad next. Water Nomad. I like the approach going for FC, but I don't know if I like the eco bind in Castle Age. That's unfortunate they didn't pull through in that one, because that would have been. I would make things a lot easier. 2-0, yep. So it's deciding, at this point, it's match point. Lots of kills from each and every player, so no one was a punching bag there. Not really. Not more so than any other player. Did see some slang going on, absolutely fine. 1646. Yeah. Yeah, rough. It's quite a demoralising game to lose, to say the least. I'm rooting for the team named Get Wrecked. Well, let's see what they have prepared for Water Nomad. It is a game where you can catch people off guard if they don't really know the build and the meta, what to do. So hop into the game when they have it. Oh, Aqua, I just seen you played your other games, so that must be why you're wondering if you're still here. I guess that puts you guys in a very good spot, because you lost 2-1 one games, right? Yeah, I think you guys should be good, because you beat our team 2-0 as well, so good result for you. 2-0 there, well done. And that should be pretty difficult. Turn back on now for somebody else. As you won 2-0 there, you should be good. What was your result from the first game? You lost 2-1. You got a 2-1 loss, 2-1 victory, 2-0 victory. Okay. I guess we'll see. We're still waiting on Cyber, the other teams, to play theirs. That puts you in good stead, right? Puts you in a very good spot. And one benefit of winning 2-0, it denies them of a point from getting a game win. We won 2 matches in 5 games, yeah. I think that should put you in a pretty good spot. Moving on to the knockout stage. Knockout stage for this one would just be so first and second from opposing groups. Yeah, and we have a bronze match as well. But I'll get to cast these ones, so I'll get round to it. The issue is I'm always very last minute of when I want to stream and whatnot, so not always the easiest thing to pre-plan of when I want to do things. But yeah, hopefully. What day's today? Thursday. And as I've said before, it's a charity event that we're doing here. Let's have a quick to see if anyone else has donated. Yep, 637, so all good. As homelessness charity we are raising funds for. Exclamation point, donate. Anything you can donate, guys, is fantastic. Putting it towards that would be much appreciated. $5, $10, doesn't matter what it is. We're now aiming for $1,000, got 637. So got 363 to go. Is that right? $363 to go. That'd be a nice big goal for me to get $1,000. Especially in the middle of January when homelessness can be particularly rough. This charity does work with getting housing and else. Let's try and load capture age. See if it works. Dog expect delay, so we'll be waiting just another minute. Or a minute. So, in terms of civs, what do we got available? Vikings, Japanese, 100%. Portuguese. They have options. There are Portuguese, Italians. I don't know if you can use Byzantines anywhere else, so maybe Portuguese Biz. I'd say Portuguese Byzantines. Would be my initial thoughts. And just 50 seconds away now. Exciting game. Houston John and I keep forgetting his name. Jardine 2-0 up. Very strong players. They are the second seeds. So yeah, they're showing it. They are showing it in these games, I'm not gonna lie. 30 seconds now, and the Civs. There's Italians and Byzantines for yes match, so be expected in Vikings, Japanese, so yeah. Just what we would expect. I think the French are prepared. That looks like a full galley play to me. Full galleys can be very strong. Be in the next 10-15 seconds, guys. I'll swap over to Catch Rage and hopefully it'll work. And hopefully my laptop does not throttle. Pardon me. Okay. Let's check it's working alright. Gonna change the casting quickly. Straight into it. Hope that's wrong. Right score. Yankees. Be up in a second, guys. Okay. Let's swap over to Capture Age. And we're good to go. Got there in the end. Okay, Water Nomad. This is so much more better, right? It really is. It's so much better to look at. The Water Nomad on swamp terrain. Really important that you get your dock down absolutely ASAP. Don't see it yet from Osiris. It's probably one of the first things you have to do because these fishing ships are now going to be idle. See, they're just waiting for the dock to go up. So it's actually more important to get your dock up because these fishing ships can work straight away. Dock up first, DC second. Same thing for John. Not got his dock up yet. It should be up instantly. You can see with Smoth knows what he's doing. Dock up instantly. Good man. Dock not up yet from Jardinub either. So bad start from Jardinub in that regard. Smoth having to take early loom. Just going for the early loom. It can be a little bit awkward. You start on 15 pop. You actually need to make. You need to spend all your res essentially. You need to make 2 houses. And then when you get onto the wood line, you're 13 out of 15. You pretty much have to have everything on wood. Quickly get enough for a house. Build a house and get a good balance between food and wood. You want to get up to feudal as quickly as possible. Quickly as possible. And Jardinub has a lot of buffaloes here. That's actually so many buffaloes, I don't think you need that many, right? Like, start scouting with them, get them out there. Don't need that many. On to food, so I think he has a rough idea what he wants to do. The guys here are on wood, which is concerning me a little bit because you can click up in feudal age in the next minute if you're prepared. Everything on wood. Don't tell me he's adding fishing ships. Okay, we're on food now from Osiris, so that looks good there. In terms of res, not going to be super early on a quick up time. Doesn't look like anyone's going to be up just quite yet. Wasmoth should just have it. Does he have that second building? No, doesn't yet. Does have gold down here if he does want to go for it. Building a house. Don't see the second building, so won't be clicking up just yet. Cyrus has so many villagers in the queue. He needs that second building himself. Get some villagers onto gold. Second building coming up from John, so we'll be looking to click up soon. And he's up. Not super fast, but it'll do. And for Jardin, just about has a food, but don't see a second building as of yet. Okay, it does have the lumber camp of it in the back, which is nice because it is cheaper with Japanese. So, fantastic. And both the guys are up. No second building. The second building's only just came up from Wasmoth, so he's up quite late. 6 minutes. I'm not seeing his second building only just coming up from Osiris, so it's pretty late as well. Still only 16 pop, 6 minutes into the game, it's quite low. They don't look in a good spot. Water Nomad can snowball super fast. Can snowball super fast. And both these players, John and Jardin, both can open galleys. Nice kind of bonus. Vikings can only go galleys. And the Japanese bonus is the galleys actually have more line of sight, so it'd be really nice for scouting around, finding out where the enemy is. Does see red here, so know where that's the rough kind of area of Wasmoth. What does John see? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot actually, but he is in. Straight onto galleys. Yes. FC longboats? FC longboats? I think is going to be the play here. And we got a no from Osiris, that's not a good sign. Wrong build order? Yes. Too late. Too late now. Drushing. Oh god. Drush. Ideally you want to be up around 4.5 minutes. You can actually do double dock, but we're seeing FC here from John. I really like the approach, considering he's got Vikings. You know, they'll then start to work a little bit better. He has lots of food underneath. Should be a super quick FC. Should be super quick. And then once he gets the longboats, gonna be difficult. He's actually idle in the TC. I don't know if he's added any vills. Still in 17 villagers. Still in the res. He doesn't have it. Got the gold, needs the food. Needs the food. And he's up. Did you say up in 4.5 minutes? Yeah, Hannes. Anything between 4.5, 5 minutes is decent. Any later, then things are going to be difficult for you. That's a good ballpark time to be aiming for. That's crazy. There's some civs you can do it with, but pretty much every civ can get up that early. I mean, click up in 4.5 minutes. That's when you actually click. So yeah, Cyrus is on the way up to Castle Age. He is Italian, so he does get that age up a little bit cheaper, which is nice. Wherever Doc's at. Only one here. Fire Galley versus Fire Galley up in the north. Demo coming in as well. Doc's coming up from John. Not quite just yet, but will be going for the longboats. Longboats could be devastating. Doesn't he have a blacksmith up? Not yet. Blacksmith up for Cyrus? Yes. In terms of Water Nomad, this is actually quite a passive start. Only because both players here are going for FC. Imagine if one of these players didn't FC and went for the aggression. Think of all the damage you could do. Where can he run? Put a galley here, you 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 put a galley there. They're watchtower. Essentially, galleys are watchtowers that can move on this map. And it can be really difficult to deal with. Both players in castle now. Ha! He's gonna thimp. Cyrus is gonna try and go for Fast Imperial. Let's try and catch him off guard. One longboat coming over, second one as well. Osmoth needs to send military to here. He needs to send military, just buy him some more time. I think he is going to get the quick up. But, again, you know, it's like having a watchtower. This is like having a guard tower even, a longboat, that fires multiple arrows. Okay, that will buy him a little bit more time. Are we up to Imp? I think we're just about got the res. I think that will be enough. Now, clicking Imp is now going to be a massive risk, but he does go for it. He needs some sort of military over. He needs something, because this is what happens. The age ups are not as valuable. Unless you can maintain your villagers somehow. Like, it needs to streamline everything onto wood and gold. Gonna get to the gold down here. Need some military numbers over from Osmoth. I would just be expecting fast fires. Fast fires can be extremely difficult to deal with. Yeah, he's even having to repair. And that's a lot of longboats. These Viking docks don't cost a lot. 113 wood, so you can get them up super fast. It looks like he's only producing out of 2, actually. Could put one more down. And this is what I was talking about. But these are guard towers around the TC. He's even going to take the buffaloes away. Age ups on this map are just not as valuable in this kind of setting. A 1v1, 2v2 is super risky. If they're like a 4v4 where you know somebody can maybe be totally untouched, then go for it. But in this kind of setting, high risk. I don't know if the reward is worth it, but it looks like at TC. Looks pretty over, guys. Higher Burgundians with Nomad maps. They're alright. I think they're probably about 16th on normal Nomad. But then other maps, they're maybe a little bit underwhelming, but they're a nice set overall. Okay, gonna be an Imp. 21 Vils. They're good in normal Nomad, I think. That early eco can be really nice if you can, like, secure a nice portion of the map, be untouched. Do we have villager numbers somewhere? We do. What we need is a Smoth just to sling everything. I think that would... That's probably what he's going to have to go for. Those villagers are going to be dead. Fast fire is in a couple of secs. Only 18 vils now. Sling him. Sling him. Doesn't have a lot to sling though. Cyrus does not get anything on wood. Having to buy it all. Quick war galley. Okay, fast fire's on the way. He's having to run. Man, you're missing out on the up-and-coming stars. Nomad, these nuts. Morales, I would love to cast every set. I just don't have the time, unfortunately. That's the only thing. Okay, we're gonna attack. We're tanking. We're tanking a little bit. And it feels bad. I fought militia only. Oh. Rough times. Really rough times. And don't expect the game to be going for too much longer now. The Wismoth does have some fires coming in the end, but he's in Feudal Age. Okay. And the fast fires do pretty damn well. Like, they actually tank quite a bit, but obviously in much larger numbers, not the numbers that they're in right now. Gorillas, thanks for the follow as well. Appreciate it. This is dependent on how Red can perform. Red's in Feudal Age. Red's in Feudal. Both their players are in Castle. It looks pretty over. It looks pretty over. Especially when you have Longboat Mass against Feudal Age Fires. It's... GG. It is GG. Like, this map just rewards aggression so much. And I actually really like the idea for going for the quick FC, but fast imp and 2v2. That's a step too far. I think FC is still going risky. Blue and teal were quite lucky they're next to each other, so the aggression wasn't coming from either player, and red and purple. But if these roles were reversed, then blue would have been in bother, been under pressure. I still think FC is incredibly risky in Water Nomad.